Hey guys, it's Kate, and in this speed build I'm building a mansion, and I'm pretty sure that by now it should be very obvious that this is a base game build. A few weeks ago I already teased that I was planning to build a base game starter house for 20k or less, but then I got carried away and decided to build a luxurious base game mansion, as you can witness in this very moment. This build couldn't be further away from a starter home. If you would sell all the columns I used, it would be enough alone to build starter homes for all of Don Losari's offspring in all of our save files combined. No, but for real, the price is about 180k, which equals 9 starter homes. Definitely not enough for Don spawns, but a mansion is a mansion after all, so I think 180k is a pretty decent price tag. Imagine being a sim standing in front of the easel all day, living the life of a painting goblin. Finally the day ends and you think you can stop painting, only to have all your needs artificially filled up by cheats, so you have to continue another whole day. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't be a fan of this. I mean, when you're going through all of this, a 180k mansion is the least that you would expect, I'm sure. I mean, our Sims do pretty atrocious things just to save up for the next bigger, better house, so I think that they deserve a nice, beautiful mansion. As you just saw, I built a curved path. I obviously only use base game objects only for this. It's a very cool way to make a base game home look more special and unique. After all, you can't use any packs for a base game build, and there's not much to choose from. There are not many things that can make a base game build look very special and unique, but a little curved path is something that makes it look a little better and special. I also made a tutorial about that. If you want, you can go check it out. I'm also going to add the link to the description box so you can build a curved path yourself. It's definitely one of those things that once you figured it out, you go like, how did I not know how to build this? It's so simple, but many people still don't know about this, and I had to figure it out myself and just tried a few things, because at first my curve paths looked a little bit wonky and didn't have a nice beautiful curve to them, and after I figured out how to build them, I think they look cool. It's a cute little thing that can make a house look cute. Also, in case you were a little confused when I mentioned the painting goblin earlier, let me explain. It's something that someone posted to 4chan once, and I just think it's so funny. I'm just going to read it to you. Every time I play The Sims, I start my family with a painting goblin. He has green skin, and I make sure to give him the following traits. Likes to be alone, likes art, hates the outdoors. The first thing I do once I have enough money is build a small room in the basement, send him down there, and then remove the stairs. I set him up in a tiny little area with only an easel, a toilet, a refrigerator, a bed, a shower, and a trash bin. All he does all day is paint. That's it. He paints and paints and paints and paints. Eventually, his paintings become very good and worth a lot of money. Every few minutes I go downstairs and sell whatever painting he has finished, and then I return to playing the game. My family always ends up feeling blessed because of their fortune, but they never find out about the horrible secret living beneath their home. I think we are probably all guilty of having done something like this before, maybe not as bad, but we've all forced our Sims to do some weird stuff, I'm sure. I mean, just remember removing the pool ladders so your Sims drown. I don't know, that's a classic. I think it's fun that you can do some weird stuff in this game sometimes. Here I am using the beautiful brick debug object again. I don't even think that it's supposed to be a brick, but it definitely looks like a brick or stone, whatever. I've used it in some other builds before, and I just felt that it kind of works with the look of this house, so I used it again. In case you're interested, and in case you have no idea how you can use it, you simply enter testing cheats true, and then you enter bb.show hidden objects, then you enter debug in the search, click on it, and you can filter for base game if you want to find it quicker, and then you scroll down until you see it, and I think it looks so cool when you just build some paths with it, or patches like edit here. And here I'm starting to work on the interior. I mean, The interior is always the hardest part for me. I mean, not really anymore. In the beginning it was, because I was so used to build with CC and all that stuff, but I think that I got a little better at it and it's a lot of fun for me, but building a base game home is still a bit tricky. I like the challenge and I embrace the challenge, but there's not much to choose from and that's always a bit tricky, but also fun. I changed the color of the walls multiple times until I had my heart set on one color concept, and I think it turned out quite cute. I decided to build a huge open kitchen. I added a little breakfast area, at least that's what I like to call it, so there's a separate little table that your Sims would use every day or that you would use in real life every day, and then there's a proper dining table, a dining area that you would use when you have dinner or when you have friends over, or if you are playing with seasons, when you're having, I don't know, a Christmas party, I don't know, stuff like this. And of course there's also a living room, and the living room has a big TV and it's all connected. The kitchen, the dining room and the living room are basically one big room. The only other room at the bottom floor is the bathroom. In total there are 2 bathrooms, one at the bottom, one at the top floor, and there are 3 bedrooms, so I think it has a decent size for an average sized Sim family. As always, you can also download this lot and play with it. All the information is in the description box, including my origin ID and other packs that I used. And I'm also playtesting my build, so I'm placing it to make sure that nothing disappears or falls down, which can happen when you're elevating objects. And I also make sure that no path is blocked or anything like that, so it's playtested. Talking about playtesting, when I was actually playtesting this build, the Welcome Wagon came over, and the other thing that I immediately noticed was that there was a stray cat, and I think it's so sad when there are stray cats in this game. I built this house in Brindleton Bay, so of course there are always some strays around, just part of it. And I simply added the cat to the family. I knew that I wouldn't really play this family, this exact one. I just quickly wanted to play test it. When I play with this house, I'm going to pick another family. I was just testing it. But I still felt bad for the stray cat. I mentioned it before, but this kind of stuff is my soft spot. And then after testing out if everything is alright, I saw another stray. And I added it also, so at this point the playtesting family already owns 2 stray cats that are now their pets. The thing is that I have a little tendency to do the same thing in real life, at least I did once. I don't want to sound like an animal hoarder that takes in every cat or something. I only have one, and a second one would be the limit for me. However, the neighbors had a cat and they simply kicked her out because she caused trouble by scratching on furniture and generally misbehaving and stuff. And when that happened, she wasn't even fully grown yet and was technically still a kitten, and this just broke my heart, honestly. So my boyfriend and I offered her to come in and called her, and she walked up the stairs into our apartment and decided to stay ever since. I always say that she chose us, basically, and since the neighbors weren't interested in her anymore, as they said, it was alright for everyone involved. She is actually very skittish. She only allows me and my boyfriend to pet her and generally touch her. When she hears that someone is approaching the door to visit, she hides. As we found out, she was separated from her mother way too early as well, so she's generally a little messed up. She also likes to randomly attack your legs, but I can't be mad at her. We are looking into getting a second cat at some point, so she has some company, which is actually important for cats, but I hope this all goes well, as she is quite scared and complicated, but I guess she could accept a kitten maybe. I don't know, we will see. And actually, this is like the weird thing, she isn't a bad cat. I don't know why they kicked her out. I mean, sometimes she is scratching on something, but oh well, I mean, what cat doesn't? Sometimes something goes wrong when you have a pet, that's just part of it. Sometimes they puke on your carpet. I don't know, things just happen, it's part of it. Just like when you're having kids, something goes wrong, but it's totally worth it. And when we put a litter box into the bathroom, showed her, she immediately went in and used it. I don't know, she just behaved so well right from the start. However, I will post a picture on Twitter of her so you can see what she looks like if you're interested. And if you don't follow me yet, you can find my link in the description box. As you can see here, I'm building one of two kids' rooms. I built a pink and a blue one. As I said before in another video, I simply like to include both versions because this is like the standard. You have a pink and a blue kids' room depending on how many kids you have and which genders and depending on your personal preference, but I just like to include these two versions so it includes anything that you would expect in a standard average family home, and you can simply decide if you would like to change the colors. And this was a lot of fun to build actually. As I said, it came a little bit challenging to build with base game objects only, but when you look at it, there are so many cute little base game objects that are perfect for kids' rooms. This carpet, for example, the pictures on the wall and the curtains, so many colorful little things, and I decided to use two different wall colors. So I have a little section where the bed is, so it kind of looks a little bit more special, and I love the little giraffe, so beautiful, so cute, and this was really fun. One thing that gives me major anxiety when building a base game only home is accidentally using an object that is not part of the base game. I love to use the filters, I always use them, and when I'm building a base game home I simply filter for base game, but sometimes you could slip up and imagine having to track down the one object that isn't part of the base game and just finding it, but luckily nothing went wrong. Also, there are new exciting news in the Sims world. The Sims teased a new pack, at least it looks like it's going to be a new pack. There is a Sim standing on a red carpet with photographers behind her, so it seems to be a celebrity kind of pack. We had packs like this in the past, and I'm just excited how the Sims 4 celebrity pack is going to be, if it's going to be as good as the one that we had for the Sim 3, and I can't wait for new objects and new clothes, and maybe there's even going to be a new world. I have no idea. There's a mod for this called Road to Fame, and people are already questioning if it's going to be the same or better. I don't know. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what it's going to be. I am recording this on a Monday, and tomorrow on Tuesday they are going to release more information, so probably by now you already know what's going on. I'm just excited, so let me know what you think about it. I know that a lot of people are looking forward to University, but I'm sure that University is going to be released soon as well because so many people are demanding it, and when people started to demand pets and seasons, they released it relatively quickly, so I'm sure it's just a matter of time. As you just saw, I changed some things up. I changed the position of some of the windows because it's like the old rookie mistake that something looks very good from the inside, but the windows just don't make sense on the outside, and somehow this happened when I was building this. I have no idea how it happened, but yeah, it did. I'm guilty of this, so I had to change a few things up and also changed the placement of some of the furniture inside of the kids' rooms, but it all looks nice. It doesn't look weird on the outside eventually, so yeah. I also added a small garden and a pool, which is also something that should not be missing for a family home in my opinion, so the Sims can also be outside and have a little barbecue, and I think it turned out quite cool. I also made sure that the garden is connected to the front, so if you want to place some other objects, a swing set for example, I don't know, things that aren't part of the base game, and if you want to expand the garden a little with this kind of stuff, because of course a base game build is not only for people who only own the base game, but it's for everyone. As I said in the beginning, it unites us all, so you can simply add some stuff if you want to and change it up. And this speed build is slowly coming to an end again. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And I also want to say thank you. I can't say it often enough. Thank you so much. There are so many new subscribers, and you guys left me so many lovely comments, and I'm just so grateful. I know that I said it before, but I really love to do this, and you guys are what's so great about this. You guys make this great and so much fun for me, and so thank you so much. And as always, I included screenshots and floor plans, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye!